It's just that, you know, the harness is just, this thing is so fucking. Oh, there it went. Damn it. Why must you fight me? This car act like it doesn't love me or something, bro. He didn't want to settle down. I thought I was gonna have to rebuild the whole dash. You know, I was like, fuck. But now, all right, she's in there. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So, okay, I guess like my problem is that my harness here is just really, really fat and it's just sitting on top of it. So I'm gonna have to move it around, but it's, oh no, it's pretty loose. I guess it's just so many wires and it's really tough to move around. Whew. Let's move forward. I'm not cranking them down. I'm gonna do that by hand. I just wanna make sure. All right, settle it in. No, is this one? Yeah, that's tight. All right. All right. Well, yeah, I could switch it back. You know, my harness is pretty tight in there, but we'll see. We'll see right now. I'm gonna go ahead and buckle it down. You know, there's a nut right here in the back that kind of catches it to the framing of the steering. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that. And when you push that, that gets, I just don't want it to be that it squishes down so hard on the column. Not that this turns, but as we all know, what happens? Cables split, fires happen, cars are ruined. All right, other side. I had to get back in here into our computer here because one of my cables there was falling off, so I went ahead and readjusted those. So everything should be snug. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can push this guy up and over. And 8 years, and I mean, we have been meticulous about taking everything off, replacing all the things that, you know, can be replaced. So it does take its toll, does take its time. So okay, there we go. This guy will sit in here like that. Tuck him up this way. Look at that. Nice. So computers, making sure they're mounted up there and I didn't break them off. Now, before a lot of people start yelling at me that I put holes in my heater box, I went ahead and looked it up, man, and you know, we have a video of us taking this thing apart and opening it up. So obviously, I don't remember how long I did that. So I went back and I looked at my own video, and damn, I look good. But anyways, I went ahead and saw the clearing that I had, especially in here, because right in this area where I mocked up my little transmission BIM computer, and this is my OBD2 computer coming from the Dakota. So up obviously here, the blower motor's down here, so it's mostly empty chamber. But in here, we have our evaporator for our AC system, and you have about, I want to say about 2-3 inches of space in between this wall and the evaporator. So I went ahead and put a tiny little screw up there just to hold up this guy. So before anybody starts screaming at me that I punctured the thing, I did not. I made sure. And if you need to look for yourself, you can go ahead and take off the heater control right here for the fan, and it's a clear shot. You can see it clear as day. So it's right underneath here, so it looks really good. You know, it covers my MCSC sticker, but not a problem. It's a good thing I have more. All right. Man, I use that really thick tape. And now my cables here barely have any give, so. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's in place. Come here, friend. Pneumatic or the electric little gun, but you know what? I don't trust myself. I might get lazy and just crack this whole thing, so I shall do it by hand. So our panel dim switch, he goes right here. And it'll behoove me to install him now. So let me do this And I'm gonna make sure one of the problems that I was having earlier, or before I took this off again, because I had to, or I did something dumb. But anyways, this is our hazard and defroster for the rear. It was actually really short, so it gave me a real big battle when I was trying to pull off the hood here. And so what I'm gonna try and do right now, I'm gonna fish it back up as best I can through this hole over here. As you can see, this from my Dakota Digital, that's ready to rock and roll. And so I'm gonna try and fish it up through here to have a little bit more clearance. So now that I had to reopen the wiring, I was able to go ahead and give myself a little bit more slack on a lot of these cables, and hopefully I didn't mess it up. So we're just gonna check it out, see how we did. And get this bad boy back to where we were so we can continue moving forward. All right, so that guy's there. And, all right. So again, this is my my dimmer switch for the panel. Although it works pretty funny with the Dakota Digital for some odd reason. It does something pretty funky. I noticed that the other day. Maybe it's because the Dakota Digital is LED and it's non-dimmable, so you know, maybe think about that, guys, when you go to install it and you want to play around with the dimmer switch. I think that, you know, it makes it flicker if you play around with the dimming on it. And so I just keep it forward where the light internally is not on, but just keep it all the way forward so all your other lights are on. So like when you guys saw that we had the dash on, our cluster package here, that we had the lights and everything, you can see how nice and green they are. Well, that's by this guy. If you move it forward, all your interior lights turn on. As you guys know that. Why am I explaining that? I don't know. Looking around here. It's kind of a little tight in here, but we're going to have to make it work, guys. You're having a good laugh at that. Alright, so the good thing is right now I don't have any power. And now, if I can remember the screws, oh no, I'm just cleaning these. They're all in the same spot. Oops. All right. Let me see if I can light it from top anywhere. Oh yeah, you see, so it's right here. It's kind of hard to see. Let me try the back view, but if you can see my finger, oops, let me move this harness. You see it bouncing around, and I'm gonna move the bottom plate here. You see that screw there in the middle. You see that moving kind of right there. There we go, there it is. You see it right there? So this guy right here, that guy's an anchor, so he anchors down to the this frame from the steering. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put the nut on here and try to push it back a little further. So when you push it, you guys could see that it kind of pulls the bottom of this guy, pulls it more in that way. So let me see if I can point this up, keep some light on this thing, and show you kind of what happens here when I push up here. So let me see. Hands in here. I do not want to break anything, and I do not want to disconnect anything, and I do not want to do a whole bunch of other things that are going to happen. So here, as you guys can see, it pulls in the middle of the dash just to snug it up a little bit more, and then this guy, which is going to give the reinforcement across. So we got that bar sitting right here too. Now remember, guys, this particular setup has like these little grommets right here. If you don't put them on, well, I'm going to tell you, you don't have to put them on if you don't want to. But what's eventually going to happen, this thing's going to start to rattle around on you, and you're going to hear that it's loose. Like, see these little guys go right here? Boop. Right there. Got another one sitting down here. Finally got the little nub that I was missing. And basically what I'm going to do right now, man, I'm just going to add a little silicone, because just in case in the near future that I want to remove this and got to do some more work, I hate to be looking around for these things and getting, you know, having to make something up so I could put it in here. So I'm just going to get a little black RTV. I'm gonna just put it in here like that and put it in its place. So at least this way it ain't gonna come off. I know it's new, and even like for these guys, because when I took this off, I found two of these on the floor, And like I said before, when you break these, you know, a lot of times you get the rattle and stuff, and it starts sounding like crap. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead and lift that up. There we go, right in there. Cool. And that's basically what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try and keep all these little insulators, just keep them on here for the most part, because like I said, I don't want to be chasing them later when we get the carpet in there, whatever. So I also, if you guys, you know, this is the one that goes right here, and I was missing one. So the only thing I want to do, I got one of these vacuum line plugs. You can go ahead and pick one of these up from AutoZone. They're typically about $4.99, I want to say. And I'm just gonna, you know, give it a little bit of circumcision right here. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna use that down here, that little nub, and just whatever sticks in, I'm just gonna go in there like that. I'm gonna just wipe that off. Boom. So I'm gonna give that some time to dry. What I am gonna do, same thing here. I'm gonna actually put it on this guy. So I'll put it right here on the top, and then I'm just gonna press down that little button like that. What I'm gonna do, I already kind of got an idea how big I want to, you know, how much bigger I want to make it or whatever. And I'm just going to press that bad boy in there like that. Bam. And we'll just leave them. So I'm going to cut this guy up real quick. Okay, this is better. Yeah, much better. This one didn't have a, let me see, where we go? Yeah, see, it just didn't have enough. Now, at least it'll have something to grab onto. Alright. Another dab of silicone in there. There we go. Alright. Boom. And there it is. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of time to cure up. And then I'm going to go ahead and install it, put the light switch, the hazard switch, and all that stuff back together, install the bottom piece, and then just keep moving forward. Oh, see, there I went. Guess it wasn't dry yet. Bam. Well, I'm gonna set it in there and let it dry while it's on there. Okay. Let me go over here, make sure my cable's around. Little nubs in there. Alright. Let's see from the top. Yeah. So, right in place. Alright, let's bolt it down. Alright. Alright, okay. Now the two guys down here, as we all know, are the bigger ones with the 8mm, and they hold the metal plate that goes here. So before I do that, I gotta install my crossbar here. I gotta tighten up my two screws down here, and then I go ahead and install that. Gonna get it down enough. There we go. All right. Again, you don't want to go too tight on these things. You don't want to break them. You don't want to deform them. plastic that it's on. You know, because what ends up happening, you break it and now it's rattling again. So we don't want to do that. I gotta go right there. I don't know. I'm kind of curious if I should just stick my grounds on this guy right here. I don't know. Maybe. I'll see right now. Let me get the screws ready. Come on. I technically don't need this cable because I was just using it as a bridge so I can give my Dakota Digital some power, because these are the switches. These are the grounds for the switches, the selecting switches to your Dakota Digital. Switch 1, switch 2. But yeah, I just needed to give some ground, and also these guys right here are main grounds to a lot of the components that are in the harness, and they feed, like I think one of these is also part for the doors and stuff and whatnot, something for the heater. They're all attached kind of in the middle, so I got a chance to go over it again and fix some of my mistakes. So right now I think I'm just gonna do something like this with them, possibly, or maybe right in front. They'll be kind of hidden away, kind of like this. And I know it's ground because, as you can tell, there's one clean little chassis in here. Yeah, and I know it's getting good ground. This whole thing is getting real good ground. I made sure that we grounded it correctly and with enough of it. So yeah, that's good. They fit in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do it like that. All right. Let me see. With the harness, I'm going to go ahead and tuck it up and get it caught up onto the frame, so it gets not just bouncing around. Not that you're going to hear it, but whatever. So that's good. So I have my defrost relay here. So I'm going to get him. I'm actually going to place him in an accessible place just in case it ever goes out. I can go ahead and reach it pretty quick. I don't have to tear off the whole dash. If you're asking what this connector is, this is the old radio connector. I left it together because there's still a lot of powers on there that maybe in the future I may be able to use for something else, another computer or something. I can go ahead and get 12 volts right off of one of these guys. So I just decided not to cut it and keep it around because I'll be able to get some feed off of it at some time in the future. But I got rid of the rest of the stuff. I was able to thin out this harness just a little bit more. So I don't know. We'll see what else I messed up. So far, as we all know, once it's, if it's going on, it's fine. But once everything's on, he's going to want to spring a surprise on me. So I'll just keep my eyes open for it. Pretty neutral where I can reach them, because you can move this back and forth. So I can get to one right there because I still have to put a couple more things on before I install those. Sweating here. Piece of metal is the tabs for this guy, and as we all know, what ends up happening, we gorilla them in, crack, and now we gotta go out and give our money to somebody that makes them. So yeah, you don't want to go heavy on these guys. You can go a little tighter at the bottom because we're on the frame, but yeah, as far as like what I'm doing up here, I'm just getting it, and it's just like a little turn of the wrist. I'm done. I'm not going to go ahead and crack them. This is a brand new. And if you guys don't know, it's all expensive. Alright, so as you guys can tell, I got a little bit more going on here. I'm going to go ahead and install my switches. And I'm going to go ahead and put on the bottom part here. and then just go ahead and give it a quick test and see how well I did. Yeah, I definitely gave myself a chance here by extending all that wiring out of there, because it was definitely, if you guys saw, well, when I was installing this, if you guys had seen, I was having a hell of a time trying to get it to stay in there, you know. What's going on here? There it is. All right. Well, I feel like this one came up a little shorter, but I still have like a good amount down here. I may have routed it wrong, but nevertheless, I got it. Boom. And then the important thing is that if I ever need to change these, I can go ahead and put them out this far, so that's good. So, bam. And there we go. Let's see if we can get the bottom on it. What I will do first now, I'm going to go ahead and install this guy in it. There we go. Alright. Seems like I got it. Cool, cool. Alright. Yeah, looks like I got it in there. Perfect. Alright. Alrighty. This is a brand new one. It's made by Fox Resto. And again, the reason we did it is because all these little nubs and ours were broken. So we want to create a real good seal on his bad boy. So what we're going to do, it comes with the new stuff here. And again, guys, you know, this is still plastic, so you don't need to crank down on a lot of this stuff. But this may be a thing where, well, there it is. Although, let's see, because we got, so we also have a whole bunch of these little rubber grommets in here, guys, you see? So what I'm going to do to make sure it stays on there, I'm going to go ahead and silicone them in. Discovered that in Alamar's kit, check it out. They give us all the little stars we need to make sure we pop them on here. Your little nubs, so we're going to go ahead and put those there. And then there's one that goes right here. And then one that goes right in there. And along with that, we got our clips. And those guys get screwed in, one here, and one here. So again, I'm going to do that right now. Pop this bad boy in, get our screws, and see if we can make it look pretty today. So let's see. Now I'm gonna go ahead and silicone these guys in first, since I already got that out here. Get in there, and bam, there you go. Stay in there for good, my friend. And then bam, and there you go. You too. Again, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm not going to go ahead, because we all know there's going to be something we're going to do that we're going to have to get in here again at some point, and what ends up happening, we lose these little guys. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure they stay on there. So these push-in ones, just be careful that you don't break them because they're pretty fragile. So I'm just going to try and use my fingers, which you can, but okay. Alright, one more to go. Oh, two more. And this one should be fairly easy with my fingers. There we go. Perfect. Let me give this one a good push down too. And now go ahead and, there we go. I guess my fingers were the end result better than the pliers. I was just trying to give you guys a little bit more of a view. And when you have sausage fingers like mine, it's hard to see. There we go. Thank you, Mano Negra. Oh, there he is. See? Almost lost this little guy. Good thing it's still got silicone there. Yes. Alright. Perfect. Now, same thing with these guys. These just kind of turn on there on these pieces right here, or you just push them down in there like so. Let me just see how they really go. Now, they'll bottom out, and you want to leave them kind of up and down because the circles where they go in are kind of oval. This way, not this way. So if you put them the other way, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to pull these out, and maybe even break the cover. So now, this little guy, he still got some. I'm not taking any chances. Bloop. There we go. Bam. And there that is. Alright. Let's install it. And there. Then, bolt. Now these bolts are part of our dash kit that you get from the LMR package. There you go.
I think this came from Napa National Park.
Now, if you ask me, this is a great looking dashboard. So, one last thing I will do, there's a screw that I took off from right here that I will uninstall one more time. And you know, for my sake, because I'm going to have to find out what the hell I did, if I did it right, because we all know that it looks great when we took it apart. But it's always when you put it back together that something decides to go wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and put this screw on. I'm going to power it up. I'm going to give it a test drive to see if my see if my lights work, and I have everything up and running correctly, because I don't want to take this thing apart again. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so I have power. Right now I just have my accessory on. I do not have the starter or my fuel pump on. So right now we should be able to see the Dakota fire up. Yes, it is. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut off all these lights so you get a better feel of what it looks like. Look at that. So now when I go forward, yep, bam.
Now let me go.
Beautiful. All my lights are on. Oh yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and try my brake lights real quick.
Yeah.
We got brakes?
Yes, you do, sir.
Perfection. Hey, how about?
How's your light? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's blinker light. Yes, yes. Stand signal.
Left,
Left,
right.
right.
And now,
Yes, your hazard light is working.
my front ones are working perfectly. Hazards are off. Left, right. Now parking lights only. Bam. Well, you can't see the headlights right now because I don't have them connected, but they do work. I did have them running. So, through the headache of this car, through the headache of this turn signal, we made it. We got it through. Everything's working. I only have the interior to worry about later. But Nevertheless, we were able to figure out our dash problem. We were able to figure out why the lights ain't working. Even right now, my dash is acting to perfection because before, when I messed around with the dimmer lead, it would not dim. Now it's working to perfection. I get shut off with the daytime. If I don't have my parking lights on, it's working perfectly. Before, the dash was always on blue, even if the lights weren't on. So now it's working to exactly how I want it to work, like it should work. So, besides the fact that we had to go through what we did, I reassured myself that I know that I did the majority of this cable work right. And for all of those that are watching, guys, check those switches. Go ahead and check the goddamn switch. Don't fall into the trap that because it's new, it's good. It's not. It's probably messed up if it's giving you this much problem. I second-guessed myself. I put a little bit more work on myself. It's okay. I'm almost done. Nevertheless, we're getting closer. We're inching closer. Now, we're going to be working on the doors. And I'm going to tuck on all this wiring here. We're going to put the fender on it. But before I put that fender on, I'm going to go ahead and reroute my power steering and my hydro booster lines because they are way too close to my headers. With that said, guys, thank you everybody on Facebook. Go out there, find yourself a Mustang. We post them up just about every day. You guys better thank Mano Negra for that. He does a lot of work. Nevertheless, guys, again, on our Instagram, thank you. Go on there. We're about to hit that 10,000. Thank you very much. Thank you for everyone that follows. Keep watching, keep subscribing, and we will continue to bring this content to you. And especially everyone here on our YouTube channel. Guys, thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the likes, leave a comment, and we answer just about as many as we can. You guys know, even if you're going through our old videos, we'll see it, and we'll take the time to answer you as best we know how. Thank you very much. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you again. Have a